Good afternoon. Today is Thursday, November 18th. Our Torah portion is this week Vayishlach. It tells the story of Jacob first having this interaction with, it says, a man or an angel or a messenger of God with whom he wrestles. We know that story. And it's immediately followed by Jacob wrestling not just with this angel of God, but reuniting and reconciling with his brother Esau. And I think it's got a lot of important things to teach us, but especially at this time when we're about to have American Thanksgiving, I think it has something especially important to teach us. Not just about giving thanks, but actually about families and about shalom, peace, and in particular, one particular kind of shalom, shalom bait, which means peace in the home, peace amongst family. So Jacob, if we go back a few weeks in our story, Jacob and Esau did not get along so well as boys. Jacob, along with the help of his mother, was devious, steals Esau's birthright, steals his father's blessing. Meanwhile, Jacob's mother, Rebecca, is fond of him, horrible parental favoritism. Esau's father, Isaac, favors him, some more horrible parental favoritism. It's not a happy situation, and that whole episode ends with the separation of this family, the tearing apart of this family. Here we are now 20 years later. And 20 years later, Jacob has become a wealthy man, wives, money, livestock, property. Esau has done pretty well for himself as well, and they are going to encounter one another. Jacob, not surprisingly, is a little bit fearful of what might happen when he does reacquaint himself with his brother. The last time they saw one another 20 years before, Esau swore he would kill him. And after meeting with this representative of God in the wilderness, and after wrestling, the angel says to Jacob, "From now on, your name will not be Yaakov, will not be Jacob, but will be Yisrael, Israel, because you have struggled with God and with people, and you have prevailed." It's interesting that even though Jacob was wrestling literally with this representative of God, that the name Yisrael, which means to struggle with God, is because of his struggling, grappling with God and people. And so we follow that scenario by then the meeting of the two brothers, and immediately they embrace one another. Seemingly their troubles, or most of them anyway, have melted away, and what we are left with is really a lovely family reunion, brotherly love. At this time of Thanksgiving, as much as it may be about giving thanks, it is also about family. It is a time when we get together with family. It is a time when we often get together with family that our pasts hopefully are not as dramatic and as difficult as those of Jacob and Esau, but we might have our own strife, our own difficulties in our recent or not so recent history as well. But hopefully we can learn from this example and let the love amongst family prevail. We can enjoy our time together. We can avoid politics, whatever it is that might actually not enable us to more freely express just how good it is to be together. And we can really achieve what I shared at the very beginning of this message, shalom bait, not just shalom, not some ethereal sense of peace, but peace in the home, peace amongst family. So we do whatever it takes, but that is the goal, to achieve that shalom bait. So I thought I would leave you, as I always leave you, with a little music. I would play you an Oseh Shalom, which really is one of the simplest prayers we have. May God, who makes peace up in God's abode up in the heavens, make peace for us down here as well, and for all who dwell on earth. This setting is by Yoel Sykes from Nava Tehillah. They're part of the Jewish renewal movement in Israel, bringing new prayer melodies and new sense of musical prayer to life in Israel over the past, at this point, almost 20 years or so. But it's a lovely version, so I hope you enjoy it. And Shabbat Shalom. Ose Shalom bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom aleinu, Ve'al kol Yisrael, Ve'al kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ve'imeru Ose Shalom bimroma, Hu Yaseh Shalom aleinu, Ve'al kol Yisrael, Ve'al kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ve'imeru Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yoshvei Tevel, ve'imeru amen. Ose Shalom bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom aleinu, Israel, ve'al kol Yoshvei Tevel, ve'imeru amen. Shabbat Shalom and happy Thanksgiving.